Harlan Foundation Case Study by Max Katzman. This case study illustrates two different situations. One, where we are asked to revise a camp's operating budget to determine an appropriate weekly fee for campers, and another, where we are asked to 1. Obtain a break-even point of attendees for a seminar, and 2. Determine a suitable fee that should be charged. Both of these situations revolve around the workings of a foundation, appropriately named Harlan Foundation. And operating on a break-even basis, the purpose of the foundation is not necessarily to make a profit, but to benefit society and the community that it resides in. Let's look at the question regarding weekly camper fees. We are provided with an original operating budget for the 8 weeks of camp. However, Ms. Harris questions the absence of some important financial information. This includes non-salary central office administration expenses, central office salaries, and depreciation of the campground and its buildings. We can calculate central office salaries by using the information provided in paragraph 10. They amount to $18,000. We can then calculate the administration expense distribution by using the information provided in paragraph 4. By calculating an allocation ratio between the central office salaries and total salary expense, we can surmise that we can use the same ratio to calculate the non-salary administration expenses that must be included in our budget, and they amount to $7,714. Depreciation can then be calculated by dividing the estimated worth of the asset, i.e. the campground and its surrounding buildings, by an estimated useful life. Depreciation then amounts to $16,667. This revised operational budget includes all of the amounts initially provided by Harlan Foundation and the preceding expenses. These new expenses must be included to cover the costs associated with the missing expenses that Ms. Harris pointed out to us. A new contingency and miscellaneous expense is then calculated. After calculating our total expense of operation over the 8 weeks of camp, and since we abide by a break-even basis, we can finally calculate our weekly camper fee by simple division, and this fee amounts to $490. Now, let's look at the seminar situation. In the seminar situation, we were asked to determine a break-even number of attendees when charged a fee of $100. After adding up all the fixed costs, I realized that we should include the daily salaries of Mr. Coolidge and the additional staff member because their attendance is illustrative of an opportunity cost. This cost should be allocated to the fee charged because it has an inherent value. And I calculated the staff member's daily salary by dividing his annual salary of $36,000 by 365 days. This provided me with his daily salary of $99 that can be allocated. Calculating Mr. Coolidge's salary proved to be more difficult. However, we are provided with enough information from the previous problem, as well as Exhibit 1, to calculate it. By subtracting the other staff members' salaries, we are left with a number that combined represents Ms. Harris and Mr. Coolidge's salaries. Via an algebraic expression that is simplified right here, we can calculate Mr. Coolidge's daily salary to allocate it to the fixed costs. Since meals and refreshments are indicative of variable cost, we can subtract it from our fee charged to calculate a contribution margin per attendee. And to calculate a break-even number of attendees, we divide our total fixed costs by the contribution margin. This leaves us with a 41.8 or 42 attendees to break even. To calculate which fee should be charged for the seminar based on an anticipated attendance of 30 people, I divided the total fixed costs, or required contribution margin, by the number of people Mr. Coolidge estimates will participate. After adding the cost of meals and refreshments, also known as the variable cost per attendee, we are left with $132 as the fee to charge for each attendee.
Created using Powtoon.